When you're prompting with Claude, just like any AI, a lot of people fall into the mistake of just accepting the first answer that Claude gives you. But there's actually a trick that you can actually turn Claude into a skeptic. So let's jump over to Claude now. I'm going to show you exactly how you can put this into practice. I'm just over here in Claude. I'm just giving it a scenario. I've just basically said my digital marketing consultancy website gets lots of traffic, but this is not converting into consultancy bookings. Ask me clarifying questions to ascertain what the problem could be and the solution you would recommend. So let's see what happens. So the first question is, where's most of the traffic coming from? Organic search, paid ads, social media, mixed, not sure. Let's kind of go with mixed, not sure. Do you have analytics on the websites? Yeah, I can see bounce rate, some GA4 data, no analytics set up properly, not sure of it. Let's just say this. Now it'll basically will ask for some more questions. So I'm just going to go in and answer these now and then basically see what it comes back at. Okay, so after I actually answered the questions it asked me, it's kind of come back and tell me it's not a conversion problem, it's a routing problem. So basically it kind of goes through obviously a full answer, gives me some things to do, what it would actually do, and then it basically asks for some more kind of context. Now obviously for the purpose of this video, this is just purely an example. Now here where this is the beauty of turning Claude into this kind of skeptic, I'm now going to paste this in. So I'm now going to ask Claude to give me a version of this that a skeptic would push back on, and let's see what happens. And essentially what we're doing here, we're getting Claude to actually create counter arguments to the fixes that it actually has suggested could be the fix for our problem. So it's come back here now where it's poking holes. So the benchmarks don't really apply to you. Those B2B figures come from companies with meaningful traffic volume, often SaaS or agencies. You're a sole trader in need. If your site gets a few hundred visitors a month, that's a meaningless target. The bounce rate story might be backwards. High bounce in a blog isn't automatically bad. Someone who reads your AI tutorial, gets the answer they wanted and leaves isn't a failed conversion. They were never going to book a consultation from a how to use a Claude post. Broader traffic is bad is an assumption, not a fact. You might already be converting fine outside the form. The whole diagnosis assumes traffic and booking share the same page journey. And then goes on, what does this mean practically? So before touching you call to action, the content structure, get three numbers: total monthly form submissions versus total monthly bookings, etc. So already what this is showing you, and this is what you can do for your own business, is that from the first answer, it would kind of look that the path was fairly kind of clear, that what the data was telling us was to lead us down this particular route, and it had given us kind of three things to maybe consider changing and what we'd actually do. By getting Claude to actually now critique and become a skeptic and poke holes, it's now come back with maybe another way of actually looking at this. So you may find actually that the skeptic's answer is actually probably a truer reflection of what you believe is actually happening, or it could be a combination of the original response and the skeptic's response combined is the way forward. But definitely I think this is a really useful exercise to actually always do that. When you get an initial prompt, get Claude to push back, use the skeptic scenario, and even further delve in to get it to even critique its own skeptic's response. So hope you found this tip useful. Definitely don't ever accept the first answer you get from Claude, ChatGPT, Gemini, or any of the LLMs. Always push back and get it to critique and review its own answer, and even do that a few times. You'll be really surprised with the answer that you'll finally get to, which is probably more realistic. If you like this type of content, give me a follow here, and I will be back with more tips and tools for your business. And until then, take care.